Hi everybody, it's Patty coming today to do the reading for the sign of Aquarius for the month of August 2017. As usual, I'm using the Tarot of the Orisha deck by Zora and Durkheim, and also going to be using the Romance Angel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue, and hopefully getting some additional guidance from the Until Today cards by IyaArzulaEgun, which I'll use as an oracle card also. So, I did my prayers and I shuffled the cards and laid them out. The messages that I got today for you Aquarius is that this reading has to do with some person of weak character being publicly exposed. I'm not thinking that it's you in particular. I think that it's a situation that's going on around you that may have affected you, and so this is the underlying message, underlying theme in this reading. Also, at the bottom of the deck, I got divine timing. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Sorry about that, Aquarius. I've tried to do this reading already 3 times this morning, and I've had to stop and start over again. So hopefully we'll get no more interruptions so you can get this message. Anyway, as I was saying, there's something going on, and there's a person of weak character that's going to be exposed to public embarrassment. And this is going to be going on around you. I don't know if it's particularly you, but it affects you. So, this is the message that the ancestors gave me. And again, this is a general message. It goes out all over the world, hopefully. And it may not resonate with you in particular, but that only means that the message is out there for someone else, okay? So, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, share the message with other people that you may know of that may be facing a similar situation as what we're about to speak on today. So, the first card that you received in your reading was the Nine of Water, reversed. Okay, the Nine of Water is a moon with 9 moons surrounding it. Okay, so that tells me that this is something that has to do with messages from the ancestors, because 9 is the number that signifies the ancestors, the dead, the Egun, in Yoruba or in Ifa. And since these cards are based on Yoruba religion, that's what I take this to mean. It also shows a little boat sailing forward, but it's pulling behind it a load of fish in a net. It's abundance to me. That means that they're bringing messages of abundance to you. This net may not be exactly what is the author's meant in the guidebook, but these are the messages that I got about this particular card in relation to this reading. But again, this card was upside down. So, it talks to me about almost completing a cycle. Something is coming to an end. And while I was doing the reading, before I started the taping, I kept hearing the song The End of the Road by Boys to Men. So, again, this is about a completion, almost completing a cycle. It talks about not being greedy during negotiations, releasing what you know should be released. Don't try to take more than you're entitled to, and because if you do, you're just going to have to end up returning it anyway, or spending that money out somehow. If you try to be overly greedy in these negotiations, or whatever it is, there's some kind of contractual negotiations. Now, the next card that you got was the Ten of Fire. And Ten of Fire is in the upright position, and it talks about a person who is going through the fire. Somebody who is standing a test. He's going through a karmic test. And that's what's happening with you too, Aquarius. This is a test. Your ancestors want you to know that they're not going to abandon you during your difficult times and during your trials. But they want you to learn how to ask them for help. Because even though they see that you're going through, they're not going to intervene unless they're asked, because they have respect for our free will, our ability to make our own choices. So that's a universal right that we have. It was given to us by our Creator, and the ancestors aren't going to go against that unless you invite them. And once you invite them, then they're going to do everything they can to support you and to make sure that you're protected during this time. The next card that you got was the Eight of Fire. And this card talks about passion. Again, this is fire. Fire could be Sagittarius, Leo, Aries energy. It talks about a passionate love that has been laying dormant for a long time. It could also be talking about long distance relationships with a fire sign. Maybe talking about your efforts to maintain communication with this person right now are being thwarted. They may be rejecting your phone calls or your messages, or someone may be intercepting the phone calls and messages between you two. This relationship is in a bit of turmoil right now. Next card that you got was the Ace of Fire, Aquarius. Again, more fire, but it's in the reverse position. This, to me, speaks about a sudden loss of sexual desire. So, we have sexual, passionate love that has been reignited. It was dormant for a long time. And there's a problem with the communication right now. It's like you started something and then something happened, an explosion, some type of upset happened, and caused the communication between you and this party to be interrupted or to be delayed. This is a relationship that, again, that has always been there, but something caused you all to reunite, get back in touch with one another. Again, I feel like there's some distance between the two of you, and whatever communications you're trying to make have been intercepted. It may have been intercepted by another party. So this could be a third-party relationship, Aquarius. And the other party may have intercepted your messages, which may be leading to your lack of desire, because maybe the only person that you want to be with is this love that you haven't been able to make contact with. Usually an ace is about victory. So there's a victory coming for you, but it's being delayed. It's being delayed right now. The next card that you got was an Ace of Water, which talks about Cancer. And it's in the upright position. So this may have to do with the sign of Cancer. It also could have something to do with any water sign, and that would be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. But that's a lovely card, and it has the dolphin, and he's being playful. And this talks about being involved in an experience, a love experience that isn't about playing games. That this person, whoever this is, bridges the gap for you between your youth and your maturity. And there's a beauty and a joy that you experience in this relationship that you don't experience with anyone else. If this is a past relationship, if this is this relationship, and it could be because it's on your mind, this relationship was playful before. This relationship was hot and passionate and sexy and fun and playful. But because you're not able to contact them, you're not feeling any sexual desire for anybody or anything. So you're kind of down and you're not focusing on your sexuality right now. But you do have fond remembrances. And this is what you want. You want a relationship that is not about games being played. The next card that you had in the reading was Oba. And Oba talks about things being cut off. It talks about loss. It talks about mortality, surgery, cemeteries. The message that I got while I was doing the reading was that there may be an unexpected medical crisis, unexpected need to have surgery, and something may go wrong. I'm getting that feeling that a surgery that was unexpected may result in someone being disfigured, something being removed that shouldn't have been removed, or something going wrong during the surgery. This is serious. This may result in someone losing their job. This may result in someone losing their medical license, their right to practice. Could even result in the hospital losing their licensing. Not only did I get that there was an unexpected surgery and an unexpected loss, there's no explanation. They're not even trying to offer an explanation. I'm getting the feeling that there's something going on in a relationship, okay, that you're having a hard time with. It was coming to the end of a cycle. But while all of that was going on, while all of that is going on, there may come a need for someone to have emergency surgery and something goes wrong. The next card that you received was the Six of Earth reversed. This, again, could be talking about don't try to take more than you deserve during the negotiations. If there's a situation here about a divorce or some kind of a contract, some paperwork that needs to be signed that has to do with money, it could be anything, any kind of movement. It could be moving, it could be selling a home, breaking up a partnership, something at work. Aquarius, I'm getting the message. Don't submit any fraudulent paperwork. Be careful of what you're signing. Be careful of what you're submitting. Don't try to get more than you deserve. Don't hook up with any shanky lawyers. I just got his, ambulance chasers, things like that. Be careful with these people. Something's going to happen, and this is going to be a public thing. Again, the outcast talked about a weak character that's going to be publicly shamed. There may be something that has to do with the doctor or the surgeons or some medical practitioner that's going to be exposed. Shaky credentials, shaky paperwork for them. The next card we got here was the couple. But again, this is in reversed. This is a reverse card also. This is what the couple looks like. Beautiful. They're in love. This card talks about family, vacations, enjoying life, peaceful, harmony, supportive of one another, being supportive of one another. But this is reversed. So there's some kind of separation, some kind of loss. Again, this could be a divorce. This could also be a loss of a partner because of this malpractice, because of this shady, fraudulent licensing of someone, of some situation. This talks about broken dreams and a crisis. A crisis which separates you from your loved one. It could also just mean divorce. And even though divorce is a horrible thing, a divorce is better than losing someone, than a person losing their life. Because as long as there's life, then there's hope for an understanding and reconciliation, maybe a reigniting. This surgery, may have something to do with the loss of the sexual desire, sexual appetite. These treatments, this hospitalization may have something to do with that, and it's affecting the happiness of the couple. and you wanted to get the playfulness back, you wanted to get this relationship back. It could even be this situation here, that you're not able to communicate your passion, that you put down that passion, that this relationship, that the time for the passion and sexual desire has passed because of a medical condition, and you want that back, so you go forward and have some kind of surgery to solve the situation, something routine, and something goes wrong, and there's a loss. And it may be a permanent loss, but it's a loss. And it's affecting the couple. It's going to affect your happiness as a couple, your sexuality. Okay, the next card is your guardian angels in the upright position. Again, your angels, your ancestors are telling you they got you. They got you. They're going to bring balance and harmony to this very crazy situation. There'll be a restoration of balance. There'll be a restoration of peace and fairness. So the guardian angels are ready to step in as long as you ask them. But you have to ask for help. They want your family to be whole. They want your family to be happy. They want you to get what you deserve, but they are not going to do anything that's not fair. But they have your back. They want you to ask for help. All you have to do is pray about it. It doesn't have to be anything big. But when you're praying, ask your ancestors to support you and to help bring you through this. Ask them to help this situation not even happen, and let them bring your partner through the surgery, or you through the surgery, without being harmed, alive. Again, the bottom of the deck on your romance angel card said, worth waiting for, divine timing is at work in your love life. The last card you got was the Babalao reversed. Babalao is similar to the Magician in the regular tarot deck. And this is a medicine man, right? This is the guy with the answers. He has all the tools. He can divine, he can heal, he can do what is necessary, and he can get the answers. But in this reading, it's upside down. So this, to me, talks about failure and a public figure who's being embarrassed. And this embarrassment is going to reveal a lot about this person. This doctor may be practicing unconventional medicine, maybe. There may be some unconventional medicine that is being utilized in order to solve this sexual dysfunction problem, whatever it is. And it's going to be revealed that it was it shouldn't have been done, or wasn't administered the right way. It's going to bring a lot of problems onto the doctor, the medical staff, the hospital, whatever it is. This is going to pose a problem. Now, of course, whenever there's some kind of medical malpractice, there's medical malpractice lawyers or excuse me, on their way to help you out and get their 33 1/3%, right? Is that what it is? A third of it? Just be careful who you hire, who you involve yourself with in this situation. There's a lot going on, and people take advantage of folks when they're in a time of mourning, or they've just experienced a real major crisis. So just be careful when you choose your attorneys. You don't want to sign something that's not going to be beneficial to you. And you also don't want to go overboard and bring damage to people who didn't deserve to be affected by this. That's what's talking about, not taking more than you're entitled to. But you do have to take what you need in order to survive, in order to, finish the cycle, in order to do what you need to do. If there's if you have a family involved, you may have to provide for children. You may have to provide for the care of this person for the rest of their life. So don't be greedy, but get what you need. Anticipate the needs that you're going to have if this situation comes about, Aquarius. Don't be ashamed. Don't be hesitant to get what you're entitled to. Just don't try to, become a billionaire. If you knew that you were already getting a divorce or something like that, but because this thing happened before the divorce came through, before papers were finished being signed, you become the beneficiary, or you become the next of kin. Don't play yourself, okay? Be honest with yourself and be honest in your negotiations, okay? All right, so I was able to, hold on one second, please. Okay, so as I said, I pulled the Romance Angel cards, talked about playfulness, and you did get a message about playfulness up here with your Ace of Water. So there's victory here, and there's going to be time to recapture your romance and allow this inner youthful spirit to shine. So this situation here may delay it, but you're all going to have an opportunity for playfulness. You have to work on your relationship, and it's always not about sex. Okay, maybe if you were more playful in your relationship, you wouldn't have this situation come about. So this message is about having a happy, youthful sense of playfulness, delight in the wonders of love. The angels want you to fall back in love again by guiding you to enjoy yourself. This comes from a spirit of joy and adventure. Now, there's more than one way to have sex with your partner. Okay, you can introduce toys that would encompass the playfulness. Everything doesn't have to be intercourse. Everything doesn't have to be oral sex, because there's some things that may be prohibited by some people's illnesses. Again, if there's some types of cancers, there may be a limit on the energy and the ability to, do certain things, certain positions. If somebody loses a limb through surgery, something gets cut off, you might have to work to discover and try to find other things that you could do to rekindle your passion for one another. Sometimes a hug is good enough. Sometimes just making the person happy, going, the guidebook talks about flying kites, going on vacations, doing the things that make you laugh, playing games, making jokes, good jokes, not corny jokes, and not hurtful jokes, and not jokes at other people's expenses, but going out and exploring and having adventures. That's part of a passion. So the passion that you may have had may be behind you. You may not feel that same ability that you had before to perform the sexual act per se, but that doesn't mean that you can't have passion, that you can't have romance, and that you can't find a way to share. And if you can't complete your act, if you can't obtain a climax orgasm, that doesn't mean your partner isn't entitled to getting theirs too, And sometimes just the pleasure of seeing that person enjoying what you're doing for them and with them, that could be fulfilling also. So we have to start thinking outside of the box, so to speak. No pun intended at all. So, anyway, so that was a message about recapturing your romance and bringing playfulness into the relationship to either avoid this surgery or to supplement yourselves afterwards to recapture your romance again. The Ayanla Van Zant Until Today cards, 2 of them came out for you. And this one says, if I don't ask for what I want, the need will keep getting bigger. So, this is good. This has to do with, again, making sure that if there's some negotiations that you have to be involved in because of this situation, ask what you want. Again, ask for what you need in order to provide care for your loved ones, your family members, loss of income of this person, loss of your income. Ask for what you want, because if not, the need will get bigger because you're going to keep falling behind, right? You're going to stay in a hole. So make sure that you ask what you want without being greedy. Now, the other thing about this in the sexual manner is, if you don't let your partner know what you need, then it's going to bring about resentment, and it's going to make that need bigger. And that might cause you to revisit an old relationship with someone who was an old flame, who made you feel playful. So you may have stepped outside of the you could avoid having yourself or your partner step outside of your relationship, again, by asking for what you want. This again about communication. just about communication. And the message on the back says, until today, you may have thought you had to do it all alone. But just for today, ask what you need and know that it's okay to do so. And it is. If you're in a relationship and you have needs, it's okay to voice that. It's okay to talk about that. It's okay to let the other person know. Because when they know, then they can address it and avoid you going to someone else, avoid a separation, a divorce, avoid someone running out trying to use some kind of unconventional medical procedures, some herbal medication or something that's not going to solve the problem, that's only going to exacerbate the problem, dealing with charlatans, quacks. You can solve this problem in a natural way by just telling and communicating to the person what it is that you need. Because when you don't communicate, the problem just keeps getting bigger. Every problem that we have, if we don't tell somebody, if we don't ask for help, the problem just grows. Okay, Aquarius, and the second card, the other card that you got from Iyanla Vanzant's Until Today tarot deck was, I forgive myself to holding on to the need to be right. I forgive myself for holding on to the need to be right. Again, this is about communicating. Again, this is about sharing, being honest. Going a way that you didn't need to go, just because you wanted to get your point across, just because you wanted to show your virility, your strength, your fierceness. I forgive myself for holding on to the need to be right. Until today, you may not have been aware that you needed external validation to feel good about yourself. Just for today, surrender what you believe is wrong with you, and you'll never again feel the need to be right. So own up to what it is that's going on. If there's a problem with your virility, if there's a problem with your sexual reproductive organs, if there's a problem with your fertility, whatever it is, release that. Talk about it. Let it out. To your partner, or the person that you care for. Don't hold it in. Let them know your frustrations. Let them know that you still are interested in them, that you still want them, but you're embarrassed or you're ashamed or you're confused and you don't know. Communication, again, is the key to avoid a crisis in your love life, a separation, a loss. Asking your ancestors, asking your guardians. They want to help you. They want to support you while you go through these trials. But they'll only do it if you ask. They only will intervene if they are invited to do so. Again, divine timing is at work in your love life. And whatever is happening is a lesson that's worth waiting for. This is a lesson about communication with your partner, communication with your ancestors, and being careful. Being careful of who you seek your medical attention from. and not being in a hurry and not being greedy. Just get what it is that you need, but make sure that you get what you need and what you deserve. And this situation may play out in the public arena. There may be more attention given to this than you would expect, because something's going to be exposed about this person, this doctor, or this medical technique, this practice that's a failure. Someone may lose their life, someone may lose their limb. So Aquarius, that's the message I got for you today. Again, a person of weak character around you may be exposed for the phony that they are. Communicate to your partner about your sexual needs. Invite playfulness into your relationship. Everything doesn't have to be solved through surgery or medicine, so to speak. I'm not telling you not to seek medical advice, but, get second and third opinions on people. Take your time unless it's an emergency. And if it's an emergency and something goes wrong during the surgery, be prepared for that, and also be prepared to ask for what you want, get what you deserve, take care of your family and your family's needs, the needs of your loved one. And if this situation ends up that you lose your mate, your spouse, then understand again that this was divine intervention, is what I'm being told. This would have been a divine intervention. And then you have to go forward and try to recapture romance in your life. You will be allowed to love again after you take care of all your business and your obligations. If this is not about some medical situation, if you're going through a divorce, don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Ask for what you need. Take what you're entitled to. And then let it go. Could be also an unscrupulous lawyer gets exposed, okay? So it doesn't have to be someone loses their life or their limb. It could just be someone put something in the paperwork that shouldn't have been. And somebody tried to rob the situation. They tried to get a little more for themselves than they were entitled to. That's another possibility, and that's what I'm getting here. That's what the message that I just got. So, watch what you're signing. Be careful what you're putting your signature on, and be careful of what paperwork gets submitted with your name on it, because it could turn around and cause problems for you if you're dealing with unscrupulous, weak-charactered people. Again, it could be a doctor, but it could also be an attorney or some kind of an advisor, someone who you're relying on to give you good counsel, and they're full of it. They're looking out only for themselves. But thank goodness you have your guardian angels looking out for you. You have your ancestors, they got your back. So Aquarius, this is your message, and I hope that it resonates. If it didn't, this message was meant for someone else, someone out there in the world, and it had to be spoken. So I thank goodness for that. I thank God for my ancestors. I thank the Creator for my ancestors. I thank the Creator for my gifts. I thank my Creator for the opportunity to share these messages with you, Aquarius. This is your reading for August 2017. Please like, subscribe, and share. and send me an email. Put some comments underneath the video in the comment section, and I'll get back to you. I've been enjoying some of the comments that I've been getting on previous videos that I've put up, especially the one for Capricorn. Everybody is just too funny. So this is not a funny one. This is very serious. So I'll be praying for you, Aquarius, and know that you're loved and you're supported by your guardian angels, that you're supported by the Creator, that you're supported by your ancestors, and I'm just going to continue to pray for you, Aquarius. Okay? And we'll be, I'll see you all soon, next month. Still got a lot more videos to get up. So, again, as usual, Ashe, Amen, and Alafia. Peace, everybody.